Bon, monsieur, une nouvelle journée, a new day,
It's in English, yes.
a new day.
You got
As we
confused there
said.
for a second. That's okay.
I always get confused, but
That's
it's my
okay.
charm. It's part of my charm. It's all good. So we're talking today about negotiation,
Yeah.
a
Nego-
very broad subject. What do you have on this subject?
I think a lot of brokers think that negotiation is a huge component of being a real estate broker or a mortgage broker or anybody that's self-employed. I never, ever, ever think about negotiation. It's not even something I want to better myself at, or I just don't think it's something that you need to do if you change the focus from I have 3 opportunities and I got to convert them to I have 300 opportunities. I can make mistakes. I don't need to be great at conversion. I may just keep focusing on getting more leads. What do you think?
I think it depends on the situation. I mean, a person that owns their house might think that their house is worth something, and then you come in and say it's worth something else, and then you have to kind of convince them or negotiate with them and make them understand that the price is lower and that's not the price it's supposed to be at. Or negotiating possibly your salary. Somebody's going to tell you that your commission is not supposed to be this much or that much, and maybe in your head you were supposed to make 5%, and they don't want to give you more than 4. Do you negotiate that?
But again, if you have 300 people knocking on your door saying, I want you as my realtor, are you going to be negotiating?
Probably not.
There you go.
But when you're a newbie and you don't have that many options,
But
what
what
do you
if
do?
the moon decides to shift and hit the earth? You can't go through all the different, what if this and what if that?
My point is,
I-
every broker was a new broker at some point. And when the broker started,
Yeah, I know.
the broker
But-
needed to have.
But that's because the focus is on the wrong thing. The focus in your scenario is that, oh, I have one opportunity and
Right.
one only,
right.
and I cannot screw this
So
up.
how
and
do you convince that specific broker that that's not the right thing to do?
Well, this type of conversation has to be understood and seen, and no one's talking about that. And I wish when I was 24 years old, started in this business, someone would have taken a minute to just explain to me
Gabriel, do you talk about that?
I was listening. So my
that
charger fell.
talking about not trying to just fix convert that one opportunity that I have, and stop all the other work about getting more opportunities. He's laughing. He doesn't understand. I think I'm not
I
clear.
understand. It's just
No, it's seriously
I'm
with the-
half
what-
here. I'm half listening.
No, but with
4
the-
devices.
So
with the
don't talk
brokers.
to him. Talk to me. Let me answer.
My point is this: is that when somebody first started, I can give you an example. When I first started, I was under the impression that, you know what, perhaps I'll take this opportunity because it's the only one I have.
That's because you were thinking maybe too small.
That's because it was the only
Perhaps.
opportunity I had.
As you say, perhaps you were trying to not work and cut corners
No,
where
I was-
I'm going to become so great.
I was a broker 2 weeks in. I had somebody that was waiting for me to get my license so that they can give me that first listing.
Yeah.
And I told them I'll do it.
But
And they
what
said,
if you would have come into the business and you would have said, it doesn't matter if I convert that one or the second one. I need to get 300 people to want to work with me. Or
I didn't have anybody to tell me.
no, I
that.
know, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say. What if you would have had that mentality, that mindset when you came into the business?
It would have been totally different.
Of course. And you would have set yourself up to have great success because you wouldn't have looked and stopped working on growth and visibility because you had that one or that second opportunity. This is the problem. You fall into the trap of, I got my best friend's cousin who wants to buy or sell with me. I just got my license. And you do no work on visibility, AKA marketing strategies. And you try to, how am I going to convert this one? And you start spending all your energy and time and training and focus onto, I got to be a great negotiator. I got to be a great salesperson. I got to find the right property.
Now, the question is this. We're talking about new brokers and a new broker coming into the business that has no experience.
You're talking about that. but
I'm
okay.
saying an example. Now, he has an opportunity right now to list a home, and he says, well, you know what? You have no track record. You haven't done anything before. So why is it that I should give you 5% when you tell me you're going to give me this service, that, and the other? I want to pay 4 because 4 is the average going rate.
Yeah.
So are you going to do it or not?
So you misinformed this client. You didn't spend time educating the client correctly as to, I have 4 options for you. And or even worse, and this we talked about, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, I forget now, but I was talking about asking the right questions on the first meeting, the first step to the listing process, where it's understanding why this person is selling. No one takes the time to do that. They go, someone calls, oh, I want to sell. They just look at how much is the property and what's my commission. That's it. They don't go into deeper. Why? What's the emotion behind it? Why are you selling? What was the experience last time you dealt with a broker, when you bought or when you last sold? All these questions are important because you're going to be able to identify the deeper emotions, so that when I come and present my offer, if you said, well, last agent I used, a broker, they used the lockbox and I hated it because you asked the question, what did you not like about the lockbox thing? They left the door unlocked one day. I came back, and now, if you would have known that before you go and do your presentation, you can address it and say, I don't believe in lock boxes. I have a full team, or myself, I'm going to go and open up every time, and I'm going to give you a resume of what took place, and I'm going to make sure I lock the doors because I have this system where I have multiple keys on me, or whatever the hell it is. But you're presenting a solution to a fear, or that's got nothing to do with the price and the commission. Maybe he'll pay you that extra 1% because you're just reassuring the real pain or fear of this client, because you took the time to understand what it was.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah, I agree.
Of course you do.
But wait, we talked about leverage. Isn't leverage necessary when negotiating?
Well, leverage will come with what? More visibility. If you have great visibility, then there's leverage there, because they see you everywhere. They want to work with you because you have that visibility. You're in their environment all the time. So they're going to be like, well, shit, I really want that Apple product. I wish I could afford it. I hope there's a sale one day. And then you go to Apple and they say, no, we never have any sales. Oh, okay. Well, I still want it though, because I've seen it and everybody has it, and it looks so great. And that's why Apple is Apple. And they people that don't make that much money are still buying these $4,000 MacBook Pros. Why?
Because it's cool.
Because they want it. It doesn't matter. So it's not the thing about the commission. It's not because people think it's fine. It's because the value is not well communicated. They don't know. If I'm a buyer of anything, I'm not concerned with the price. I'm not trying to find the cheapest thing, and I can't be the only one, right? Like that. I want a certain status. I want a certain quality. I want a certain experience. So if you come to me and you say, my commission is 10%, but you don't have to do nothing. I'm going to clean the house. I have a team for that. And we're going to do the lawn maintenance, the snow removal. Etienne, you don't even have to do nothing. I have a power of attorney. We sign. What do you want? You want $1 million, 2, 3, 5? You want 3 million? Whatever the hell. We'll take care of it. You don't even have to go to the notary. Go on vacation, have fun, and in 3 months it's all done. I'm going to pay that 10%. No hesitation. And I'm not even kidding. I'm dead serious. Why?
Well, because you got the white glove service, and that's what
not just that. You addressed time for me is the most precious thing. I don't want to be at the house and people coming in, and I don't want to coordinate that. I don't want to do nothing. I just want to go to my secondary home and you sell my primary home, and in 3 months it's done and I'm good. Same with construction. So my point with this is that it's not everybody looking to try to save. It's just that you're not able to demonstrate what's different. You're not there. Brokers don't come with different options. Show me 4 options. One is 10%, but you get what I just mentioned before. One is 7%, but you don't get all of it. You still have to be there. And one is 5%, and one is what am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 you get we posted on Matrix, and we put a sign up. We put a lockbox. Maybe we'll give you a little report of what's going on once in a while, but hey, if we get to it, and like everybody else, that's what it is.
So we have Steve Thacker here that first of all supports your point, saying that leverage comes with information as well.
Yeah,
and then saying good point to EM.
Thank you, Stephen. Anybody else?
Yeah, we have Tina actually asking a question here. Where did you learn your master techniques of negotiation?
Well, through
Is it really negotiation, or as you said, it's really just offering options?
I don't even know. I guess I call it sales. I think it's sales. We all have to sell. We sell our spouses, our kids, ourselves on things, and we convince ourselves of certain things. So we're selling ourselves. Oh, I'm happy here. This is a great job. I'm selling myself, and
I tell myself that every day.
I was meant for this. I can't expect more. I should be happy with what I have. Why am I complaining? You know. So I think sales.
The truth comes out today.
Yeah, sales is the most important thing. Negotiation comes within the sales. It's all one thing for me, and that's where I've always been, and I think we all are. It's just I decided I hated it so much. I hated sales so much because I sucked at it probably that I said, okay, if this is the name of the game, which it is, it's not because you're not in a sales job that you don't need sales. Like I said, you're going to be around people, colleagues. You need to become good at sales. It's the way the world works. So I decided I best to become good at it. So that's how for me, it worked out. Mike, if you want to go in, what about you?
Well, I mean, sales myself, I've been around it since the beginning from industry to industry. So it's just something that you kind of get accustomed to no matter what. And I remember in my early days, you know, there was quotas that we needed to meet. So those quotas put you in a position that you didn't really have a choice but to perform. So over time, when things don't work, you try something else, and then you try something else, and then you try something else. You eventually come up with a formula that's going to help you convert. And I think that's what happens. But depending what industry you're in, some industries are going to rely for you to be able to make relationships as opposed to just focus on the conversion, and being able for you to nurture these clients in order for them to have repeat business.
Good point. Good
Just
point.
before we go to another question that we have from Maria, we're going to be showing you a quick video of our Crown project. So we are now also in new construction. So here's a video with a bit more information. We'll be right back with you guys.
And oh well, I wanted to see the romance thing,
You
the
have to sell
book
everything.
in the
'Cause
ocean.
You sell through emotions. I mean, you know what? Mike is long gone. Just before we get to Maria's question, there's one thing I want you guys to confirm. So when it comes to selling, you have to sell the emotion behind it, and then the client himself will find the logic why it was a good either purchase and so on.
Yeah, but that goes back to identifying the fears or the emotion or the strong things deep down for the reason of the wanting the thing or the selling the what or the moving or the whatever it is, whatever the service of the product is. But we don't take the time. We assume we know. When it comes to real estate, we're like, oh, it's the price and the commission. No, it's not. You think that. Maybe you think like that. So don't think that I'm going to give a quick example, quick, before we go to the picture. I needed to change my heat pump in my furnace not that long ago. I have this guy come over, a few companies for different quotes. He keeps showing me prices for the cheapest thing they've got. And I keep telling the guy, look, I want the best thing in the world that's going to produce so much heat or cold that it's like, I want the resort size equipment so that my wife can just blast it and I'm not all worried about the capacity of the machine. You know what I mean? Like, I just want the top of the line. He's not listening to me because his mindset or his mentality is like, oh, what's the cheapest and what's the, and he didn't get the sale. Because I kept repeating, I don't want the cheapest thing. I actually want the most expensive thing you've got. And he kept going, well, this one's on sale for and this was the most affordable one. And like, you're not listening. So this is the same for real estate. Don't assume that the people want to pay 4% or 5%. they will if you're not able to identify the need of the client. So
Very
go
good
for the
point.
question.
So we have a question here from Maria. She says, "Do you think that brokers should stop doing this one thing during a sales pitch, and what would that thing be?" What is something, basically, if I understand the question, that all, let's say, brokers
Yeah.
or salespeople do in their sales pitch, and that they just should stop doing?
The one
altogether?
the one thing is this, the one offer thing, the one-sided, the one faceted. This is who I am, and this is my price. Stop doing that. You're a store. You're Mercedes. You've got the A, the B, the C, the E, the S class. Don't be just, I'm Mercedes, I only sell S class, and that's what it is. It's a mistake. Big mistake. Offer different things for different people. Amazon is the everything store. It's not just the bookstore, it's the everything. You want what, Mike? You want what? Underwear? We got it. Anything. And think of all the companies, the big successful companies, they're going into everything. Think of it, Apple. They're in the transportation, they're in the entertainment with Apple Plus, or is it called Apple Plus? Apple TV. They're in the computer, the everything. You see?
You're getting into crypto too.
No, they're not, but maybe. Disney is another great big example. They're in everything. They're going into everything. The big companies are going into everything. Transportation, entertainment.
Like you said, they would only get there after they reach a certain level before diversifying.
But they also understand that you are now wide world for everything. So you want the biggest segment of the market you want, not the one niche thing. This is gonna offend a lot of people because you've heard, oh, you got to be niche, you got to be specialized. How many times have I heard that? I
Well, you
completely
want to be
disagree.
a generalist or a specialist?
I want to be an everything store. I want to be Amazon is what I want. I want a service for everybody with a price for everybody.
So we have another question here, this time from Jess Tremblay, who says, "Do you research before negotiating on something, or you throw yourself into it?"
I don't research nothing.
Well, no, you do. You just said it yourself. You said that
What?
you would find out exactly what his problem or
Oh, is
his
that what?
weakness
Is that what?
Well, I mean, you're researching the customer before you're actually.
No, I'm not researching it, but yeah, in a way, I'm questioning. I'm asking the right question. Yes, I guess that's the same thing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go into, I'm going to read a book about negotiation before
No.
I go do my listing presentation. I'm going to not do that, but I'm going to ask the right question. So maybe that's what the question was. Wait, repeat it in the microphone because I don't know if we
No,
can
I
hear.
mean, if you don't limit yourself to real estate, if
Yeah.
you start negotiating on something you don't really know, are you going to research like reading books
For a purchase of something?
or whatever in life? If you want to negotiate for something, if you want to buy something.
Yeah, I don't negotiate much. It's not a thing that I think about. Like if I
Why
want
is that? If you could get yourself a better deal, save yourself $20,000.
You see, I'm looking at this. I'm so happy you said that because
you're saying, because you think I said find the discount. But I'm saying if you're gonna go to Mercedes and you're like, I'm getting an S class today, fully loaded.
yeah. What's
You
the
don't-
price? How much is it?
It's $300,000.
All right, there you go. I mean, because
Yet
why?
Mike goes in
Yeah.
and says, I want the S class, fully loaded, black on black. That's exactly what I want. Nothing less, nothing more. However, I will walk out of here with this car today with a deal if you make it for $270. And he gets it. Mike literally got the same car as
Yeah.
you for $30,000 less. And you're like, no, that's how it is.
Because my mind and my focus is on one thing, and it's to make more money and to grow, not to save or negotiate or
But that
deal. Or,
30,000 you save, you can then put back in anything in your business and grow even more. It's
But-
not since I'm making so much money or my focus on making money, I don't have to like get a deal ever.
I don't think you can do both. Is my thinking nowadays. It's like you can't be trying to save and grow at the same time. It's one or the other. So I want to be growing. So I'm not concerned with. I'm gonna ask the question, and I do this. I say to the salesperson, look, by the way, I play a bit stupid, but I say, am I supposed to negotiate this or this is what it is? Are you giving me the best price? So if that's what you call negotiating, I do that. And then they'll say, well, I could probably give you
He goes, well, that's pretty much the price because we got a high demand.
right.
But when you say, well, look, you know what? If you throw me some free winter tires, I'll take them.
I would say that.
Yeah.
Etienne will never say
No, 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 no.
Give me free
Uh,
things. Etienne
well-
will say, I will pay double the price.
Well,
of it
first of
just to
all-
prove a point.
No, but wait. When you get an S class, you don't it's like I don't say, look, if you throw in the tires, we have a deal. No, but it's not something I will think, but I will say, is this the best you could do? Are you being fair with me? Is this if in a year from now, if my buddy Mike buys a car, same thing, is he gonna be coming back to me and saying, what, you paid what? They usually open up and say, well, I can maybe cut this, or I can throw in the winter tires, or so something. Yeah, but it's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here. I might be wrong, but I just don't want to be thinking about saving. Even I force myself when my wife Maria, who just asked us the question, when she leaves all the lights on and leaves the aircon going with the windows open, or vice versa, the heating's blasting and the windows are open. I try to, and you'll appreciate that, my love. I try not to. I push it in and like, don't be concerned about the saving. Focus on the growth. It's like
$5,000 electricity bill.
no, but I try to change that for real. I'm not kidding. Like when I got my hydro bill not that long ago, it was really expensive, like $1,200 for the 2-month window, which was really high. Because the previous year it was like 400. So, but I thought, don't stress about that. Like stress about or focus on how do I make more? How do I just focus on the growth?
Or, you could put, release your carbon footprint, because I mean, it's not good, to.
Okay, Mike's going on.
All right, let's cut his mic and camera.
There you go.
No,
Mike is done for the day.
I believe the negotiation can always bring more value to a deal. It's possible you may discover interests about the opponent
That you initially did not know, and create a bigger pie for each person.
Yeah. I don't know if I would use the word opponent, because I think
No,
you want to end up with
other
something
party.
where both parties feel like they're
course.
both winning and it's good for both of them. I absolutely agree on that. I don't want to go out of a deal where I destroyed the other individual. I don't want that.
Of course. Oh no,
I want that for my competition, though, but I don't want it for my negotiation with partners or my clients.
I think at a certain point you have to tell yourself that negotiation is both party won. If both parties feel like they won, they're going to deal again together and so on. And if you feel you won just because you went in, you said you're not screwing me, right, and so on, and says, well, I'll throw in this, I'll throw in that, and you're like, okay, I feel good, and he's making a big cut out of the commission, everybody wins.
Absolutely.
Right?
I think that's great. And before we go, I want to say something. This is a comment. I'm changing subjects here completely, but I think it's important. So, Gabriel, I got some feedback from a broker of ours that said, I must tell you, she sent me a message. I must tell you that Gabriel Zikri is absolutely fantastic. He is so patient, helpful, and knowledgeable. He answers your calls and questions right away when you need him. Very good find on your part. I hope he stays with your office for a very long time. Very, very impressed.
Am I staying around?
Well, on that note,
we should discuss.
we're gonna officially fire you. No, but
at least he goes out with a bang. It's all good.
no, I think it's a
that's
very
nice.
nice thing
That's
to
very
get from one of your clients. So
Definitely.
thank you for that.
And on that nice note, you're very welcome, Mr. François, Mr. Miller, gentlemen. We'll end on this beautiful note until somebody pops my bubble. And we'll leave you all with our Apple contest video. So we're getting very, very close to the 100th episode for the draw. And more details on this video. And we'll see you all at our Heritage office tomorrow. Thank you all.
You want to win $10,000 worth of Apple products? It's simple. Stay tuned for the 100th episode of The Growth Show. For every like, share, comment, and subscription, you get an extra entry to our contest.